What's your question now?
Well, I'm just wondering, why the people didn't support him in the movement. I endorse almost everything you've done and think it's very credible information, but I was a little,
Well, I'll just tell you that I've been in touch with Van Jones. I've talked to him 3 times since he left the White House. He does not want to speak publicly about it. And he says it's old news, nobody cares, and I've found him elusive. And I knew Van before he went to the White House, and frankly, I'm disappointed in that. Over here?
Yes, my name is Mark Graham. You all know me, hopefully, up there. I'm the volunteer coordinator with Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth. I just want to elaborate a little bit on what Richard said about the action groups. First of all, there's a sign-up sheet in the back of the room for the action groups. And if you want to get involved, put your name, contact information on there, and we will get in touch with you. There is a lot of political power among the people in this room if we organize it. And I'm encouraging you, especially those of you who want to do something about it, put your name on that list, and we'll get to the business of organizing it. The other thing is, Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth has some teams. We've got 10 or 11 different teams that do the majority of the work that's kind of done, in the organization. Fundraising, marketing, graphics, congressional outreach, NIST pursuit, the online store, writing team, web team, and a video team. I may have forgotten 1 or 2. There is also a sign-up sheet for the teams at the table at the back on your way out. So if you want to get involved in any one of our teams, please put your contact information on there. This is something you can do by conference call. In other words, you do not have to be physically present to be involved with one of our teams. You could even live in Chicago or New York or Dallas or wherever, and we have people that are in all those cities that are involved in our teams at A&E. So please, if you really want to get involved, stop by the table at the back of the room, put your name on one of the sign-up sheets, either the sign-up sheet for the action groups where you are meeting with a small group of people in person, or the sign-up sheet for the teams where you could be anywhere, and we do a lot of our contact by conference call. I just want to say thank you, gentlemen, for everything you're doing.
Thank you very much, Mark. Mark Graham, one of our lead volunteers, volunteer coordinator at AE 9/11 Truth.
Next question, please.
Yes. My question is this. Richard, as you know, fighting the establishment might not be the most smartest career move you can make as an architect. Eric, you could get fired, couldn't you? My question to both of you is this. Why are you doing this, and what is your motivation?
Good question. To make a lot of money.
Yeah, we're trying to make money.
And
you'd be surprised how my lifestyle has dipped after I began this process, and now I'm devoting 100% of my time to it. I hope that doesn't happen to Eric Lawyer.
It won't.
We sell DVDs, but it barely makes our expenses. This is why we have to ask for sustaining memberships. You can give as little as $10 a month. It makes a huge difference when a lot of people support our organization, because we can then support the people in the streets with the DVDs, the banners, the brochures. We can go to the conferences like we've been doing, and we can continue to do that, the architecture conferences, and present with exhibit booths our forensic science-based evidence with our very, very nice displays that we put out before them.
And to finish answering your question, why? For me, it's not, I was just joking, obviously. It's not about the money, because it's cost me money to do this. It's put a lot of stress on my family, on my friends. It's changed relationships with other firefighters. It's definitely a tough road to go, but I don't feel there's any other road to go, because I have a new son. I have an incredible wife. And I'm not going to leave the world the way it is to my son. At least I'm not going to leave it without fighting for it. So that's why I'm doing it. And I can't ask somebody else to do something I'm not willing to do. I mean, one of my questions is, why isn't anyone doing this yet? Richard was doing it for architects, which I have always been impressed with his patriotism and his courage for what he's done. And he's blazed the path for a lot of us. And it's just something that has to be done. But if I can't ask someone else to do something, I'm not willing to do myself. So that's why I'm here.
I was willing to join the Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth 4 years ago. The problem was there wasn't one.
Yeah.
So by default, I'm looking around. My God, it's been 4 years and nobody knows about this? I mean, architects and engineers, there was only like two other architects that were even talking about this. Everybody thought I was nuts at the firm I worked for. I presented this information. I stole Stephen Jones's PowerPoint presentation and put some other slides to it, took it to my work where 15 architects there thought I was nuts. Literally. I had to buy them pizza to get them into the conference room. They all agreed with me at the end of that presentation and signed my petition, except for one. So I knew that it was an easy sell if I could get them to come to the presentation. Once we forced you guys to sit here through 2.5 hours of this.
And thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks a lot for sticking around. It's a pretty compelling picture, isn't it? And so what we do is we provide you the DVDs, the cards, that we make it so easy for you. You don't have to go up to somebody and say, hey, I'm a conspiracy theorist and here's my conspiracy. No. You present the card that Eric's going to hand me.